Good morning, children. Today we are going to see about ordinal analysis. Already we know about the cardinal analysis. That one is the ordinary numerical numbers. That one is a 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. But cardinal analysis is a ranking method, ranking numbers first, second, third and so on. Now we are going to see about the ordinal analysis, ordinal utility approaches, or otherwise is called Hicks and Allen approaches, and otherwise is called indifference curve analysis. The theory of indifference curve was given by J.R. Hicks and R.J.D. Allen. A consideration of theory of value economics in 1934. The first, the theory, this ordinal theory is based on the scale of references. A rational consumers usually prefer the combination of goods which gives him the maximum level of satisfaction. Thus, the consumer can arrange the goods and the combination in order of the satisfaction. Such an arrangement of the combination of goods in order of level of satisfaction is called the scale of preferences. This cardinal analysis gives the important assumption of cardinal analysis. Consumer is rational and his aim is to derive the maximum satisfaction. Yes, every consumer wants to attain the maximum satisfaction. The utility cannot be cardinally measured, but it can be ranked or compared or ordered by the ordinal numbers such as the first, second, third and so on. The indifference curves approach is based on the concept diminishing marginal rate of substitution. The consumer is consistent. The assumption is also called as the assumption of transitivity. If the consumer prefers the combination A to B and B to C, then he should prefer A to C. If A is greater than B or B is greater than C, then A is greater than C. These are the important assumption of ordinal analysis, or otherwise is called the indifference curve analysis. What do you mean by indifference curve? What do you mean by indifference curve? The indifference scheduled may be defined as the schedule of various combination of two commodities which will give the same level of satisfaction. In other words, in indifference curve schedule shows the different combination of two goods that gives the equal satisfaction to the consumers. See this tabular column, children. Apple, orange, two different commodities. Consume one apple or oranges. The point, the highest satisfaction level. If you want to consume 2 apples or 15 oranges, the highest level of satisfaction only. 3 apples and 12 oranges, 4 apple and 10 oranges, and 5 apple and 9 oranges. The 5 combination of two commodities A, apple and orange. Each of these combination gives the consumers the same level of satisfaction without discrimination. The combinations are arranged in such a way that the consumers is deemed indifferent among the combinations. Hence, this tabular column is called indifferent schedule. he will either be better off nor worse off, whichever combination he chooses. This is the indifference scheduled. This one is the indifference curve. See, the x-axis denotes the commodity apple, then y-axis denotes the orange. The different combination of two commodities, then the consumer gets the different points, and when such a points are connected, a curve is obtained. The said curve is called the indifference curve. Therefore, the indifference curve is the locus of all the combination of commodities from which the consumers derive the same level of satisfaction. It is also called the iso-utility curve or equal satisfaction curve. Indifference curve, this is the indifference curve. The x-axis denotes the represents the apple, and y-axis represents the orange. Point R represents the combination of 1 apple and 20 oranges. Okay, 1 apple and 20 oranges. At S is 2 apples and 15 oranges. At T, 3 apples and 12 oranges. Similarly, U and V points are obtained. The U is 10 oranges, 4 apples. Then V, 9 oranges, 5 apples. These 5 points give the same level of satisfaction. The consumer will be either better off nor worse off is choosing any one of these points. When one joins all these 5 points R, S, T, U, V, one can get the indifference curve IC. The IC is the indifference curve. Okay. See children, the next one is an indifference map. One can draw the several indifference curves such as representing in the indifference schedule. Hence, the indifference map is the family or collection or set of indifference curves corresponding to different level of satisfaction. Okay, these curves are called indifference map. The group of indifference curve are called indifference map. Indifference map. The indifference curves IC1, IC2, IC3 represents the indifference map. Upper in IC represents the higher level of satisfaction compared to lower IC. Okay, all of you understand children? Indifference curve, the group of indifference curve is called the indifference map. Yes. The next one is a marginal rate of substitution. Marginal means rate of substitution. The shape according to Lefkovitz, the marginal rate of substitution of x for y, that is the marginal rate of substitution x and y, commodity x and commodity y, is defined as the maximum amount of y the consumer is willing to give up for getting the additional unit of x and still remaining on the same indifference curve. This is called the marginal rate of indifference curve. Marginal rate of substitution. The next one is a diminishing marginal rate of substitution. Then Diminishing marginal rate of substitution means it's explained the concept of diminishing marginal. Since the y decreases and as x increases, the change in y is negative, that is the negative delta y. So the equation is MRS xy is equal to minus delta y divided by delta x. And however, as with the price elasticity of demand, the convention is to ignore the minus sign in MRS xy is equal to delta y divided by delta x. This is the diminishing marginal rate of substitution. Substitution means this or that. If you want to buy this product or that product, that is a substitution. So diminishing marginal rate. Next one is the properties of indifference curves. Indifference curves are subjective and unique to each other. The important properties, the four important properties are given below. So first one is the indifference curve must have a negative slope. Second one, indifference curves are convex to origin. Third one, indifference curve cannot intersect. Then fourth one, indifference curves do not touch the horizontal or vertical axis. These are the important properties of indifference curve. The first one is indifference curve must have a negative slope. Yes, sometimes they consume more and more commodity X and the fixed level of commodity Y. Sometimes the consumer consume more amount of commodity Y, but the constant, the fixed level of commodity X. Some of the consumers consume both the goods, good commodity X and commodity Y, the equal ratio. Whatever it is, they attain the maximum satisfaction. The second one is indifference curves are convex to origin. Yes, the indifference curves like a demand curve, it's sloping downwards, but not a straight line, it is the curve, it's a convex to origin. Third one, the indifference curve cannot intersect each other. The indifference curves are unique, not intersect another curves. So the indifference curves cannot intersect each other. But this diagram explain two different curves IC1 and IC2 intersect to each other at the point of C. The fourth one, indifference curve do not touch the horizontal or vertical axis. Horizontal and vertical axis. Yes, the indifference curve, see this diagram, the curve touches the x-axis and y-axis. The basic assumption that consumers purchases two commodities in a combination, but the purchasing only one commodity means monomania, that is the consumer's lack of interest in the other commodity, or purchasing only one commodity. They want to purchase only one commodity. So the indifference curve do not touch the horizontal and vertical. Horizontal means is parallel to x-axis. The vertical means parallel to y-axis. So these are four important properties of indifference curves. The indifference curves must have a negative slope. Indifference curves are convex to origin. Indifference curves cannot intersect to each other. Indifference curves do not touch the horizontal or vertical uh, axis. These are the important properties. The next one is a price line or budget line. See this diagram, children. The x-axis denotes the commodity X. The y-axis denotes the commodity Y. The budget line, like a demand curve, is sloping downwards. The curve touches the x-axis and y-axis. That point is called A and B. Budget line. BA is the budget line with the given income. C divided by OA is the price of commodity Y, and C divided by OB is the price of commodity X. The budget line is the line joining the various combination of two different types of goods which the consumers can buy at a given price and income. Okay, this is one is called the budget line. The next one is the consumer's equilibrium. Equilibrium means two different curves intersect to each other. That point is called the equilibrium. Here also the same the theory. The budget line and indifference curve intersect to each other. See this diagram, children. The budget line AB line intersect IC3 curve. That point is called T. That is called a consumer's equilibrium. At equilibrium point, the slope of IC refers to MRS XY, and the slope of BL budget line refers to ratio of price of X to price of Y, that is the PX divided by PY, price of commodity X and price of commodity Y. Therefore, the MRS XY is equal to PX divided by PY, the price of commodity X divided by price of commodity Y. Okay, this one is a consumer equilibrium, intersect to each other, 2 points. That is okay, children. Now we are going to conclude our chapter consumption analysis, and understanding the consumer's behavior is an important part of comprehending the allocation of resources by individuals. Consumption decisions are made based upon a logical process of evaluating utility, price and income alternatives. Demand analysis enable the producers to understand the consumer's behavior and take proper decision accordingly. Okay, that's all today's class, children. Better everyone read twice the chapter and read carefully and get meaning. Okay, thank you, children.